Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today it's almost April, so it's time for the April All Signs readings for the new month. That sounds terrible. That's a terrible title. So I'm sure I'll think of a better one when I put the title up. And so I'm using the glass Blum set for the runes, and I'm using the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle for the cards. And so you know your sign. I'm going to put all the signs in the description, and you can click on your sign to get your reading. Please check out your sun sign, your rising sign, any sign that you think is valid, and I will see you there. Bye! Hello, Taurus. So, Taurus, we're going to start with a Wild Kuan Yin Oracle card. Let's see what you get for this month. Sacred Sherpa guides you beyond. So, it's a good idea this month that you might want to call in an expert. If there's something that's going on that you might need some guidance. So it's a good idea to call in an expert this month. Let's see what the runes have to say. Okay. Ooh. Very nice, good start. I feel like the gold behind this is sort of overriding the gold because these are really see-through. Can we see that? We kind of can. We kind of can. Okay, Taurus. Your central issue is Vunyo. Vunyo is the rune of joy. So right now you're in a pretty good place. You've actually, leading up to that, we have Gebo. Gebo is the rune of the gift. And it always has to do with an exchange. It sometimes has to do with agreements, decisions, and goals. So you're sort of coming to this with, a sense of, you've made an agreement, you set a goal, and here you are, you're coming in, and you're in a state where you're actually really focused on your happiness right now, which is very, very important. What will help you with this is Raido. Raido is the journey rune, and we want to just basically embrace the journey. And this is where you want to call somebody in for guidance, like call an expert in. This could be however you want to do the expert thing. Could be a book, so it doesn't have to be like a human person, but it could be. But basically you want to call in an expert on this, get some expert advice, mentorship, that kind of thing, to help guide you beyond where you are, where you're thinking about your happiness. And that's basically your journey. So embrace your journey. You're right now you're in a place where you're either feeling pretty good or you're focused on that. And that's, again, coming from an agreement, decision, or goal that you've actually just come out of. It could be a one-on-one relationship as well. Gebo sometimes is. So what won't help is we have Kalnaz. This is rune of expansion. It's the torch. It's a fire. So it's something that starts small as an ember and goes into a blaze. You are sort of feeling like you're sort of afraid of where this is going to go and how far this is going to go. There's some concern about that this might get out of hand. If that starts to be the case, just remember you're doing this journey step by step. So bring yourself up to it. It won't be out of hand if you're sort of just slowly accumulating in the natural part of the journey. And what this is going to lead to is you're going to learn something about yourself. This is Pertho. It's the rune of the lot box, and it has to do with surprises and fate. And reversed, it has to do with learning something about yourself. So you're basically going to find out something about yourself through all of this. And that, Taurus, is your reading for April 2022. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye. Yes, I'm fixing things. Hello, Virgo. So Virgo, we're going to start with a Wild Kuan Yin Oracle card, and we're going to see where that goes. I'm going to put it right in the middle this time because then I can put the runes here. So Priestess of Perfect Pairing makes the match. So Virgo, this is going to be a good month for you for having a good connection with somebody. This doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This could be just a person that you're going to connect with, that you're going to connect really nicely with. So I'm going to build some little splash reading on this side. Let's see what we have for that. Okay, interesting. So your central issue right now is we have Isa. Isa is the rune of ice. It's the rune of standstill, and it has to do with things just don't feel like they've been moving. Things are just feeling very stagnant and very still and very stuck. Leading up to this, you've just been through a heck of a challenge. Like, there's been a challenge that you've just gone through that has just been, it felt impossible. And you actually, to this day, can't believe you're on the other side of it, but you feel like you can't move. So it's like you fought your way to the top of the mountain and now you can't move. What is going to help you right now is we have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of Ing. Ing is another name for Frey, and Frey is the fertility god. And this says that this is the rune of active creation. So you really want to start pulling things together and sort of creating your situation right now where, you know, you're going to basically set things where you need them to be. And that's going to help you get past this feeling of complete stillness and standstill. What won't help is if you let your discontent right now become your whole focus, then this could really drag you down. It'll make it harder to create what you need to create to get out of this. We have Vunyo reversed, and Vunyo is the rune of joy. It's reversed and it's on the lower line. So it basically is saying you need to basically try not to let your discontent be your whole focus. You can use that to sort of drive you to start pulling things together and make things look the way that they want to. It's like if there was like you walk into the kitchen and every time you're in the kitchen you see this the pot that needs to be washed, and instead of sitting there going, this pot, it's sitting there and I need to wash it and I always will need to wash it and it drives me crazy that it's there, just wash it. So that's basically where this is at. And what this is going to lead to is a greater sense of fulfillment, a greater sense of abundance. We have Yira, which is the rune of the harvest, and also time. And also, you know, this is basically bringing you into a situation where, as the priestess of perfect pairing makes the match, is saying part of this arrangement, and this, you know, Ing is Frey, and Frey is the fertility god. So this might also have to do with making a connection, as well as creating the world around you and making it the way that it needs to be, also about making a connection with somebody that's going to be very much about manifestation and very much about creation. And you're going to feel very fulfilled about this at the end of the month. You're going to see that, okay, all of this did pass, because the harvest rune is also about time. And it also is going to be about, you know, you're going to feel very fulfilled. You're going to see the fruits of your labors. So that, Virgo, is your reading. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye. Every time I grab the runes up, I pinch this background and it makes it wrinkle. Hello, Capricorn. I'm going to draw a Wild Kuan Yin Oracle card, and that's our Wild Kuan Yin. This is why I want to do it in the middle, because sometimes these go long ways horizontally instead of vertically, so this sort of gives me that option. Blessing to begin. So this is basically, if you've been waiting for a sign that it's time to begin this thing that you wanted to begin, this is your sign. So let's see what the runes have to say about that. All right. You've been very patient up until this point. Oh, that's one of my hairs. Okay, so yes, we have the rune of, it's Ivaz, which is the rune of the yew tree. It has to do with patience and slow growth and slow development. This, leading up to this, was a journey that you were on, and you have finally reached the point where you're just basically going, okay, you know what, I'm building this piece by piece, I'm building this step by step, I'm sort of getting to this point, but now you're at the point where you've just been waiting for, to begin this thing that you've been working on. You've already begun it. Basically, you've done a lot of the preliminary work, but you want to basically, you know, begin it. Here's your sign. What's going to help you this month is just the fact that everything is going to seem much more illuminated this month. We have Dagas, which is the rune of the breaking of the day. It also says to me, like, breaking ground on this thing that you're doing. Just make that step of breaking ground on the thing that you want to begin. And that will really set you ahead, because right now you've been doing everything around it. And you've been very patient about setting it up, but you know what? Now it's time to break the ground. So the breaking of the day is going to illuminate everything, the path before you. It's going to be really, really good. This is not the time for any more stillness. What isn't going to help you now is just stopping or maintaining this feeling of stuckness and standstill. Maybe you felt like things weren't moving for a long time, but now it's up to you to go out with that shovel, break that ground, and really begin the thing that you've been planning all along. And what this is going to, so basically do that. And what this is going to lead to is we have Avaz reversed, and Avaz is the rune of the horse. It has to do with movement and also spirit. So I'm going to read this a couple ways. First of all, you are moving forward, but you're moving forward inwardly. At the same time, you're not running around crazy. You don't feel like this has been a plod. So you've been going on and on and on with this journey, and you've been slowly building, and you get to this point where, okay, now that you've begun it, you can settle in. And this is so basically you going, okay, I'm settling in. I'm not going to run around anymore. I'm focusing on this now. And also, this is turning your journey inward at this point, because as you're doing this thing that you've wanted to begin, this is going to be an inner growth kind of thing. So that, Capricorn, is your reading. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Aquarius. So you're about to see the reading that I did for you. But I accidentally call you Capricorn at the beginning of the reading, and I'm very, very sorry. I love you dearly, Aquarius. So please have faith. This reading is for you, Aquarius. You will hear Aquarius at the end of the reading. I did mean it for you all along. So that's that. Hopefully I'm not slipping into a thing where I'm going to start calling all the signs Capricorn, because that would be very confusing for my timestamps. But anyway, enjoy your reading. Hello, Capricorn. So, Capricorn, we're going to start with the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle card, and it says, Tender Trust, Beloved Body. And this has to do with loving and accepting yourself, your body, your physical self, because it's okay. It's fine. Do that. Definitely important. And I'm going to draw some runes to clarify this message. Okay, very nice, very nice. Oh, in case anybody's wondering what the ring around the Yggdrasil and the ravens says, it's call upon the ancient wisdom of the runes, phonetically in Elder Futhark runes. Anyway, just in case you wondered. So your central issue this month is going to be really about self-support. We have Algies, which is the rune of protection and support. It's the elk, otherwise known as the moose, and it's reversed and it's on the central issue. So it's basically your focus is going to be on self-support this month. You're really going to be sort of putting your own support in your own hands, and this is going to be you're going to be protecting yourself. You're standing up for yourself. You're supporting yourself. And this ties in with this. It's like, you know what, just respect your own validity of your own body and the wonderfulness of it. Trust it and love it. And leading up to this, we have Isa, which is the rune of ice. You've really been through you feel like you haven't been able to move lately in terms of, you feel stuck. This is Isa, the ice rune, and this is it's coming up to a point where he's like, you know what, I'm going to take this into my own hands, and I'm going to take care of this. Whatever needs to be taken care of, I'm going to do it. And what's going to help you with that is we have Sovilo. Sovilo is the rune of the sun, and this has to do with tapping into your source energy. Your source energy may vary, but whatever it is that you can tap into that gives you nourishment in the world, that gives you, nourishment, light, that eliminates negativity and illuminates the darkness. So tap into that. That's going to help you become in the right way of being, that you can be doing all these things that you need to do, including support yourself. What isn't going to help is you may be tempted to take cues from other people in the world. We have Manas, it's the rune of humanity, and your part in it. And it's basically saying they're going to be trying to pressure you. You're going to feel pressure from the other people, the other humans, and that's going to drag you down because you know what you need. They do not. They will never know everything that you need. You are the one who knows, and so you have to be the one who brings the support for yourself. So once again, if you start to feel dragged down by this, just take a deep breath, bring yourself back up to where you're tapping into your source energy, what nourishes you, and this will help illuminate your path. And what this will bring you to, what your outcome will be, is really a sense of an inner journey. Like you're starting more of an inner journey going forward, which is good because you're in tune with yourself. And B, just to read it the other way, it's going to end a journey that you were on. Maybe you were on a bad sort of, not bad, but not as healthy journey where you weren't respecting your body and you weren't loving yourself as much as you should in order to stay healthy. So that's sort of coming to a close by the end of this month, because you're much more in tune with yourself and you are much more in tune with what nourishes you. So that, Aquarius, is your reading. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye. I pulled my whole ivy open. This is me making a mess of things between readings. If you want to stay tuned for that, that's always a lot of fun. So, so anyway, get the things ready. Alrighty, hello Gemini. I'm going to start with a Wild Kuan Yin Oracle card. She rides with wild spirit unbroken. Yes, tap into this. Tap into this aspect of yourself, the part that has not had its spirit broken, because this is what's going to help you this month, Gemini. Let's see what the runes have to say about this. Okay, so your central issue is you've actually recently found out something about yourself that you did not know before. We have Pertho reversed. Pertho's the rune of the lot box that has to do with surprises and fate and luck, and it is on the central issue, so I am reading this as you have found out something about yourself recently. I could also read this as there was an unpleasant surprise. The thing about the Pertho surprises is that it's something that was already there, so something has been revealed to you that maybe wasn't apparent before, but it was always there. But mostly I'm seeing this more as whether it's through something unpleasant that happened or whether you just came to this realization, it's something about yourself that you didn't know before. And leading up to this, things seem to have been really expanding, getting out of hand. We have Kanas, it's the rune of fire. It's something that starts small and blows into a blaze, expands into a blaze. And this basically has led, maybe something, just things got out of control, things got out of hand, it like just got blazing, and through that you have learned something about yourself that you didn't know before. So what is going to help you is Dagas. Dagas is the rune of the breaking of the day, it's the dawn, and it's just basically this revelation is going to help you. Embrace the revelation, because you can't not, you know it now, you can't unknow it now. So just basically embrace it, incorporate it. This is part of your day. Embracing it illuminate your world. She rides with wild spirit unbroken. So the more you can incorporate of who you are into who you are, the more power and energy and magic you will have. So this is going to help you a lot. And if it doesn't, then just basically tap into this. You know, I'm not, you can use like the whole inner child thing. Don't be horrible about it. Just, you know, just tap into your more pure inner self to get more access to this, basically. What isn't going to help you is it's going to feel like one thing after another. It's like that it's going to take too long, that you're not patient about this, and you really need patience with this because it's about integration of aspects of self. So if you're not willing to be patient with that, then that's going to drag you down. You're going to get very impatient with yourself and your aspects of self. And that's not fair because it's you. So you need to be patient with you. So if that starts to be the case, just take a deep breath, bring yourself back up to where you are going to work on seeing yourself as the whole person that you are, incorporating this new thing that you learned about yourself into your whole self. And what this is going to lead to is a greater sense of inner strength. We have Uruz reversed. Uruz is the wild ox. So this has to do with a greater inner strength coming out of this month than you went into it. And that, Gemini, is your reading. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Libra. So Libra, let's start with smoothing my background. Let's start with a Wild Kuan Yin Oracle card. And we have let your world spin on its axis. Okay, here's the thing. Sometimes when change happens, we resist it, but we know that if we just allow it, if we just like roll with it, we're gonna be better off on the other side of it. So this is what this card is saying, basically, is you know, if the world turns upside down, then you turn right along with it. To quote Mary Poppins. Please don't sue me, Disney. I'm not affiliated with a Disney company, so this is just a quote. So let's see what the runes have to say about this. Yes, lovely, lovely. Oh, there's Dagas in that position again. I think this is the third reading I've seen Dagas in that position today, which is neat. Alrighty. Libra, so while I completely mess things up on my table, get this fixed a little bit. Right. So your central issue is right now you're facing a big unknown as far as this is completely new ground for you. Things are a bit upheavally. What has led you to this is there was basically an emergency. Something has happened. We have Nauthiz. Nauthiz is the rune of need, and when it's reversed, it's always like a tend your need kind of rune, but when it's reversed, it's like drop everything and tend this. So something has happened recently where you had to just really just stop everything and take care of it. And what this has led you to is you are finding yourself on new ground now. Like, I have not been in this situation before. And it's, you know, it's for the best because you're growing and changing and things are good, but it's like some resistance because everything seems upside down. So, which is why let your world spin on its axis came up. Axis. What will help you is allow for this. We have Dagas. Dagas is the rune of the breaking of the day. You can't argue with the sunrise. The sun has risen. So basically let it illuminate your life. And that's basically the thing. It will light things up. So you will be able to see, at least, even though it's somewhere you haven't been before, at least you'll be able to see. What won't help is you're going to be a bit worried about that this is basically a surprise. You're worried about surprises that might happen, even not even necessarily negative surprises, but just basically you're worried about other surprises that might happen and you're like braced for it, and that's not going to help you. You need to just, well, it's suggested that you just basically embrace the change, that you're on new ground, acknowledge that fact, and just let your world spin. You know, you're basically, you're coming into a new way of life, basically. And what this is going to lead you to is a greater sense of inner strength. Here we have Uruz reversed. Uruz is the rune of the wild ox, and it has to do with a much greater inner strength that you're going to have coming out of this month than you had going into it. So that, Libra, is your reading. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Aries. So Aries, we're going to start with a card from the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle. Let's see what we get. The slave dances into freedom. So you're really in a situation, Aries, where you are starting fresh. There's something that you're basically restarting your life at this point. Something about your life is starting absolutely fresh, and it's very exciting, and everything is new, and you have like a fresh start this month. So let's see. It is spring, so that's happening. Let's see what the runes have to say. Neat, that was there in the last one as well. What the runes have to say. Nice. Okay, so your central issue right now is we have Laguz reversed. Now Laguz is the rune of the lake. It has to do with all the watery stuff, so emotion, intuition, and heart. And it is reversed, and it's in the central issue. So there's been a situation where you have been really seeking your deep inner heart. And this is sort of, you're tapping into that. At the same time, there's been a bit of an emotional upheaval, an emotional sort of, maybe your heart's been broken, but you're about to move forward now. Leading up from this, we had Nauthiz reversed. It looks like there was an emergency recently, something where you had to drop everything and try to tend it. And what this has led you to is maybe your heart's not been in where you were. Maybe you just lost heart in what you had, some negative emotions happening, just basically, or maybe you've just felt like numb. that could also be a read. So what's going to help you? Well, let your new fate reveal itself to you. We have Pertho, which is the rune of the lot box. It has to do with surprises, but surprises that were already there. It has to do with fate. It has to do with luck. And it's basically what's going to help you. So just basically embrace the new life that is revealing itself to you now. Surprise, new life. And just basically to go with that, because it's yours. It's your casting. You've cast your lot, and that's what came up. So it's your lot, and off you go into your new life. New start. What isn't going to help is you're going to feel, we have Uruz reversed. Uruz is the rune of the wild ox. It has to do with strength and health. Reversed, it has to do with, it's in the lower line. So you're going to be worried that you might not be strong enough to do this. You are, first of all, or it wouldn't be yours. And basically, this is a way that you can embrace this as it's a new life. It's a new life. You've been freed from your old life, and you are able to dance forward into this new freedom. And what it's going to lead you to, embrace that. And what this is going to lead you to by the end of the month is, interesting, the first thing you're going to do is lay the foundations of your new life by tending your needs. We have Tivaz. Tivaz is the rune of Tyr. Tyr is the warrior god. And this has to do with yes, pick up and go and drive forward and ride forward into your new life, but also tend your needs, because Tyr was always about responsibility and duties and all that good stuff. So that is your reading for April, Aries. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye. I also want to fix this, because there seems to have, this happens every time with this setup, and I just want to make sure that I want to get there's a little mat under all of this. This is how I ruin the entire thing. There's this little mat. Oh no, my stones are falling. Okay, you know what? I'm going to leave it. But part of the fun of this is watching me fuss with my setup. Okay, I'm just going to leave that. That's going to be good. As it is, we'll leave it. It's pretty. On we go. There's leaves. So, hello, Leo. So, Leo, let's start with a card from the Wild Kuan Yin Wild Kuan Yin Oracle. Safe to fall. It is. This is kind of a leap of faith kind of thing, but it isn't. It's basically like, don't be do the thing that you need to do, and don't be afraid of falling, because even if you fall, it's safe. So yeah, not quite like a leap of faith, but kind of like you don't have to worry as much as you have been, because you've been very worried about failing, but the fear of failure has been holding you back, so that's not good. Right. So yes, you've been very worried lately. We have Laguz reversed. Laguz is the rune of emotion, intuition, and heart. It's the lake. It's all the watery stuff. So I'm reading this as emotion and worry. You've just been really worried. There's the fear of failure thing, basically, which is what this card is saying. Leading up to this, you've been feeling. Normally I read this as confidence, but I think this is like a lack of confidence in this case, like a lack of feeling of worth. This is Fehu, it's the rune of wealth and worth. It is reversed and it's on the path line. Normally I read Fehu reversed as confidence, but because it's inner worth, but I'm really seeing this more given this and this as that you haven't been feeling as confident as you would like to, and now you're really just worried. You don't want to fail with what you're doing, and nobody wants to fail, but fear of failure can hold you back, and that's not a good thing. So what's going to help you? We have Gebo. Gebo's the rune of the gift. It has to do with an exchange, but it also has to do with agreements, decisions, and goals. So set yourself some goals, make some decisions, make some agreements with yourself, because this is going to help carry you over this worry, so you can just move forward with it and not be worried so much. It's basically, the card is saying it's safe to fall. So even if what you're going forward with, heaven forfend, even if it does fail, you're still protected by this. And I think if you set things up so that you'll give yourself a safety net, because this is like agreements and decisions, so you're going to set yourself up to set things up so that there is a safety net, basically, so that even if you do fail, it's fine, you can try again. And what isn't going to help in this case is we have Kaunas reversed. Now, Kaunas is the rune of expansion. It's the fire, so it's something that starts small as an ember and blows into a blaze, expands into a blaze. And what this is saying is it's reversed. So it's basically feeling like your options have narrowed and like hyper focusing on something. So like on little things. So this could drag you down if you let it. It's like, what if, like these little things. But if you have your things set up so you do have that safety net, then you will feel safe that even if what you tried doesn't work the first time, you can get up and try again. And what this is going to lead you to is we have Pertho reversed. Pertho is the rune of the lot box. It has to do with surprises and fate and luck. And reversed, it has to do with something you're learning about yourself, because it's an inner surprise. And Perthos surprises are things that were always there. Like when you cast your lot, what the lot was always in that box. So when it's reversed, which has to do with inner, you cast that and you're going to learn something about yourself that was always there, but that you didn't know before, and you wouldn't have known if you hadn't risked this, so that you had the chance of failing. And whether or not you fail, you'll still learn. Whether or not you succeed, whether you succeed or fail, you will still learn something about yourself that you didn't know before, because you were brave and you took that step because you made sure that you were safe. So that, Leo, is your reading. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. I'm also an Ophiuchus, but we'll get to that. If you're an Ophiuchus Sagittarius who is listening, if you are also an Ophiuchus, we have an Ophiuchus reading later, so you can actually check that out too. You'll love it. I even have a snake on, so it's cool. Anyway, Sagittarius, whether you're Ophiuchus Sagittariuses or straight up Sagittariuses, let's see what card we get. The Snow Shepherdess. So this has to do with hope. This has to do with maintaining hope in situations that maybe don't seem like there is much hope. So let's throw down some runes and see what that's about. Make sure that we are pulling them out, because there are some... Ooh, I got two that time. Do you want to see the last one? The one that came out? Where do we put that? Let's put it here. Okay. So lucky Sagittarius. It's not just because I'm Sag. This too came out, so must be important. So this month is going to be a lot about hope. You maybe feel like there isn't any, and there really is, and the Snow Shepherdess is coming to remind you of that. So your central issue is Dagas, which is the rune of the breaking of the day. And it's the rune of breakthrough, but it also, it says there's been a lot of overwhelm lately, and a lot of that has to do with people. We have Dagas basically saying like it's lit up everything, but it's also like it's too much. It's like it's a feeling of overwhelm right now for you. And again, it's the other humans that have caused this. It's just like too much. The other humans are just so human-y, and they're doing their things, and they're making you feel overwhelmed. So what is going to help is make sure that you have a strong sense of home. Like make sure that you have a strong sanctuary, like a place that you can go for solace. This is not reversed, so this is not saying you have to build this internally. You probably always should, but have a physical home, space that you can go to, that you can unwind in, and that you can like help yourself deal with some of this overwhelm. What isn't going to help is we have Avaz reversed. Now Avaz is the horse rune. It also has to do with the horse rune has to do with movement and also spirit. So what is not going to help you is just basically giving up. Please don't give up. You're going to feel like you can't move. You're going to feel like you're just kicking your feet. You just can't. You feel like your spirit's been crushed. You feel like you can't move. If that starts to feel like that's happening, get yourself somewhere physically where you can feel safe. And just spend some time there. Breathe, read, do whatever you need to do to help yourself feel better. And that will help you get over this overwhelm. And what this is going to lead to is great strength. You're going to feel a lot better. You're going to feel a lot more grounded, a lot more steady and solid after you do that. So make sure that you have that. The extra rune that came out for that is just more reassurance on this. It's the fruits of your labors, basically. You're going to learn this month especially that have that place of solace and sanctuary that you can get to help you de-overwhelm, to help you un-overwhelm, and help you be strong again and get back on your feet and get your hope back. So that, Sagittarius, is your reading. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Pisces. So Pisces, let's start with a card from the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle, Blessing of the Kata Bestowed. This is about relationship healing. So this is about healing relationships. Very important, very important. So let's see what the runes have to say about this. Ooh, okay, interesting. Let's see. And finally, beautiful, beautiful. Very, very nice. So right now you feel like you're in a blank space. You feel like, I feel like loss, like lack and loss of, you miss somebody maybe. I mean, if this has to do with the relationships, maybe you're missing somebody. And I think this had to do with somebody who was a part of your home and who sort of upheavaled your home. Basically, I'm going to read this a couple ways. So right now you're in a sort of a new ground situation. It sort of feels blank. I'm getting a sense of missing somebody. I'm getting a sense of loss. So you need a relationship healing happening. Leading up to this, we have Othala reversed. Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland. It is reversed, so I'm reading this as A, out of your comfort zone, B, something sort of upheavally, something that has had, you've sort of left your home space as far as something. This could even have to do with family, so this has to do with relationships. It could be that. Basically, just it's something that requires a healing at this point. So here we go. So what's going to help you at this point where you feel like this open wasteland around you? So it's new ground. It's new ground, but it's like, I don't know. So a little bit of missing. What's going to help is we have Fehu, and Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. I'm seeing this more as worth. So remember your worth. Remember your worth. That's going to help you get over this. What isn't going to help is we have Pertho. Pertho is the rune of surprises. It's fate. It's luck. It's the lot box. So when you cast your lot, so you're going to tell yourself, oh, well, this is my lot, and you're not going to do anything about it. That's not going to help you. You're going to feel despairing. You're going to feel like hopeless. Please don't feel hopeless. Bring yourself back up to where you remember your worth, because you are absolutely worthy, and you are carrying the blessing of the kata. So basically, you're going to, I don't know how to pronounce that. I assume it's kata. You're going to want to go back to a sense of, you missed this. You something is missing. So you're going to reconnect with your worth. Remember who you are. Basically, maybe you haven't been embracing everything that you are. Maybe you've been somebody that you haven't been. Like maybe since you're out of your comfort zone, maybe you feel like you can't be yourself. But maybe there's aspects of self that gave you more worth than you have now that you need to tap into again. So I really want to throw down another rune up here. So you're lucky you get extra runes on your reading. Yes, expand, because there's more to you, and I think you've forgotten a lot of your worth. We have Kaunaz, which is the rune of expansion. So remember your worth. This is going to open things up for you more than what you've come from just now. And as far as, this is just basically reinforcing what I was saying. If you think, oh, well, this is my fate, this is my lot in life, and just let that be stubborn, let that stubbornly stay, then it's going to continue to drag you down. You're going to feel more hopeless. So once again, remember your worth and all of your worth, because maybe you've forgotten some of it. So let that come back. And what this is going to lead to you to is a greater breakthrough. There's going to be illumination. You're going to see again. You're going to realize that you hadn't been seeing. You're going to realize things had been dark for you in terms of that you hadn't been able to see clearly. And once you do this, you're going to be able to see clearly again. And the relationships that need healing, it will be easier for you to see how to do that. So that, Pisces, is your reading. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Cancer people. So let me just pull a card for the Cancer people. We have Fearless. Yes. It's a good month to be fearless. So your card for this month is Fearless. Riding forward on the back of a beautiful yak. And you are feeling very strong as well, which is really, really good. Oh, nice. Strong through the chaos. This is a really exciting reading, Cancer people. I'm telling you right now. So, we have Uruz, which is the central issue. Uruz is the rune of the wild ox, and this has to do with strength and health. And this is where you're at right now. You're feeling strong, you're feeling healthy, and as such, you're feeling fearless. Leading up to this, we've had a real stormy period of time. We have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm, and it has to do with chaos and the uncontrolled uncontrollables, and you've ridden through that, and now you are standing on the other side of that feeling very, very deservedly strong, which is great. So this is where you're at. Strong, healthy, grounded, maybe a little bit stubborn, but that comes with it and you've earned it. What is going to help you this month is just remembering that you are able to support yourself. We have Algies, which is the rune of the elk, and it has to do with protection and support. Yes, protection and support, strength and health. So you're doing really, really well. It's no wonder you're feeling more fearless than usual. What isn't going to help you is you're a bit worried about your big emotions. We have Lagus, which is the rune of the lake, and it has to do with emotion, intuition, and heart. It's not even really a problem, but it's something you're worried about. This is basically, you're sort of worried about, if I have big emotions and it's going to ruin this. Please don't worry about that. You can support yourself. You are strong. And what this is going to lead you to is a much greater sense of confidence. We have Fehu reversed. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. Reversed, it's inner, so it's your confidence. So, wow, this is going to be an amazing month for you, Cancer people. So that is your just riding strong reading for April 2022. I wish you a lovely April. I know you're going to have one. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Scorpio people. Let me just smooth this a little bit. Okay. Hello, Scorpio people. So we're going to start with a card from the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle. And you get Her Hand Gentles the War. So if there is conflict happening to you right now, if there's conflict happening around you, it's going to be solved by a gentle hand rather than by more conflict. If people are yelling as well is not going to make the yelling stop. Did you see that video? There's a video where there's people fighting. I'm just going to throw down some runes. There's people fighting out in front of a cafe, like a outdoor seating cafe, and they're like getting into like a fist fight, and a guy runs out from inside the cafe and gives them both pizza, and they both stop fighting and they eat the pizza and they're happy and content and comfortable. So it's like this. So your central issue is Raido, the rune of the journey. So this is part of your journey, and this is something that's come up. There's been like some conflict that has come up, and it's going to require a gentle hand to deal with. But right now, remember this is part of your journey, and on your journey, this has happened. Leading up to this, you've been feeling pretty good. We have Fehu, it's the rune of wealth and worth. So you've been feeling very much aware of your own worth and just feeling very comfortable with that. And just you're good, you're strong, you're comfortable, you're good. But you've come upon this part of your journey where there's some conflict. And whether this is inner conflict or whether this is actual conflict happening around you, it's not going to be solved by more conflict. It's not going to be solved by force. It's going to be solved by gentleness. So what's going to help you with this is we have Uruz, which is the rune of the wild ox. This has to do with strength and health. And this is not saying you're going to barge in like another horned bovid and make this worse. It means that you are going to feel with your confidence strong enough that you don't have to worry about, you're not going to feel insecure about dealing with this. You're just going to come in, and with the gravity and groundedness and sun-fed goodness of the strength of an aurochs, you're going to step in and just be bigger than this. What isn't going to help is this feels out of your control, some of it. Like, this just feels out of control. This is like nature. This is like storm. We have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm, and this feels like, part of this feels like just nature happening. And you might feel like, how can I even make any difference, because this is just like this wild storm happening. But you can, the runes say you can, just walk in with all your strength and groundedness and just gently put a stop to this. What this is going to lead to, interestingly, and I'm going to throw down another rune for this because I want to, but also because I don't like to leave you on an emergency. We have Nauthi's reversed, this is going to lead you to Nauthi's reversed. And basically it's saying by the end of the month, you're going to see where there is something that you really need to drop everything and fix. Because if you don't, it's going to be more of this. So this will actually heighten the illumination of what needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed immediately. So you're going to know exactly what that is by the end of the month. But as soon as you do that, the light is going to come in again. We have Dagas. So maybe by the time May starts, you're going to be seeing. Look, that's Avos, I think. Anyway, by the end of the month, and maybe just at the very beginning of next month, you're going to be seeing. It's going to be a breakthrough. You're going to have a breakthrough. The light's going to come in again. You're going to be able to see again. Negativity is going to be eliminated, and it's all going to be good. So that, Scorpio, is your reading for April 2022. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye. It's Ophiuchus time! We have the Ophiuchus Snakey saying hello to all the Ophiuchuses. So let's start. We're going to start with a card from the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle, and we have Princess of Purity leaps across. Okay, so what this is about is sometimes we can clutter ourselves up so that we can't even move. And so that's like a real problem. Like we can just get ourselves carried away with all the intricacies of a thing and just get bogged down by it. And if we just let go and saw the problem as the simple problem that at its essence that it is, we can see our way across very, very clearly. So let's see what the runes have to say. So basically the problem that you're dealing with is a lot simpler than you have made it out to be. I know we are all about finding all the aspects of a problem and seeing all the sides. But honestly, at core, there's a way around it that is so easy, and that if we can just let go of all of the clutter around it, we'll be light enough to step across. And in keeping with that, we have the central issue of this is a problem that seems impossible. We have 30 Saz reversed. 30 Saz is the rune of the challenge, the thorn, the giant, the gateway, and it is basically feeling like an impossible challenge for you right now. So what's going to help carry you over? Leading up to this, there's been a lot of heat. We have Sovila, which is the rune of the sun, and this has basically snarled everything up to the point where things have just gotten hotter and hotter and hotter, and just a lot of energy, a lot of just blaze, and it's basically got to the point where there's just this impossible challenge that you feel like you're dealing with. What's going to help is one, movement to spirit. So we have Avos, which is the horse, and the horse has to do with movement and spirit. And what is going to help you get over this is A, keep moving forward, and two, connect with spirit, whatever spirit is for you. So this could be spirituality in a traditional sense. This could be your own personal spirituality. This could be nature, science, anything that is what you consider your access to spirit. Connect with that. and just let everything else fall away, because that's what's going to guide you over this. This is going to clear the clutter and guide you over that, and also keep moving forward because it doesn't help if you don't do actually the work. So what isn't going to help is there's going to be a sense of obligation, that you do feel like you need to keep honoring all the sides of everything, and that's fine, but it's dragging you down. Like, it gets to a point where it's an impasse, and as long as you feel held back by that, that's what's keeping you from being able to step across. At some point, you just have to say, look, whoever's not keeping up with me, catch up later if you can, but I need to move forward with this. So you just move forward. And what this is going to lead to is your emotions, first of all, are going to be less upheaval. I'm going to read that as, so Lagu's intuition, emotion, and heart. It is reversed, and it's on the path line. I'm going to read this a couple of ways. Intuitively, just reading the path of the story, I'm seeing this as like everything was really, really heightened, everything's really, really hot until you get over this, and then you can just like, you let that air out and just finally, you can go through, not numb, but just sort of let the emotional, the passionate, like over surging of the banks go down again. As well, this has actually put you in touch with your inner heart, your deepest inner heart. So you can actually just sort of come out on the other side of that, breathe, listen to your heartbeat, and let things calm down after that. So that, Ophiuchus people, is your reading for April 2022. I wish you a lovely April. Take care till next time. Bye!